hello. Welcome to Relationship Talk Thursday with Emanuela. I don't think I did one last week, y'all. I totally missed last week. I don't know what happened, y'all. A lot has been happening, but today I saw the post went out. I said, I got to show up on these lives that I have been advertising. So I thank God for just the opportunity to come on live with you all here. I'm streaming from on my computer, but I'm going to try to see if I can get it on my phone as well. That would be good. That way, if you guys have questions, I would be here. You go. I see it. Perfect. I'll be able to see you guys put questions in the chat and all those different things. So I am super excited, and I have an amazing guest with me today. But for those of you who are streaming for the first time and just who am I? I am Emanuela Rodenberg. I am a certified Christian dating coach for single women who desire to be married. And I teach you how to choose right from the start so you don't spend a lot of time in the wrong relationship, so you can ultimately get to your goal of being married. But most importantly, I to live a fulfilling life, because I tell people all the time, life doesn't begin after marriage. It really does not. You should be living your best life now. I think that's why I'm such a happy wife. I think I enjoyed my marriage so much more because I enjoyed my season of being single. I really did. I traveled. I wanted to see the world. I lived in different places. I met amazing people. I did the things that I wanted to do as a single. So therefore, when I got married, I really enjoyed being married. I really do. But because I don't feel like I'm missing out on anything, because I did the things that I wanted to do as a single, and I think it's made me a much more interesting wife because I've done things and I've lived life. So I have great conversation with my husband because he loves to travel. We have similarities, and I think I've gained a lot of these things by when I was a single. I focused on myself. So that is really the first thing that I teach the singles that I work with is really fall in love with you. Fall in love with the woman that you are now as a single. Don't wait till you get married. Fall in love with you now and do the things that you want to do as a single person. And I also do premarital coaching with my husband. Been married now. I think it's 15 years, Lord. I can't keep up anymore. But it's been a while now. It's been a while, y'all. So we do premarital. So we help other couples just kind of iron out some things so they can walk down the aisle. And unfortunately, some don't make it down the aisle because the realization that maybe there are some things that still need to go back and work on. So enough about me, but I did want to, for those of you who are watching for the first time, who is this Emanuela Rodenberg? So that's just a little bit about me. But I have an amazing guest with me today. I thank you. Here's my friend Shelly. She is such a good sport, y'all. Everyone needs that person that you can call on at the last minute and say, girl, I got to do this live. Can you come on with me? And she was such a good sport. She said, oh, let me go pray about it. She took a minute. She prayed, but here she is. I'm super excited to have you on the live with me today, Shelly. You want to introduce yourself?
Hi, good morning, everyone. How are you? I am Shelly. Thank you so much for inviting me, Emanuela. You sprung it on me, but hey, I'm being obedient. I'm being obedient.
Yeah.
so
You know what I discovered? Some things in life, if you spend time to get ready for them, sometimes we spend so much time getting ready for the thing that we never do the thing.
this is true. I can agree with you wholeheartedly because had you asked me a couple of days before, I would have found every excuse not to be on here.
And you would have been dreading. You would have had 2 days to stress over it as opposed to 10 minutes.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You are very correct. So I'm Shelly, and let's see, what is there to say? I am married. I am originally from Jamaica, and right now I'm just building, not only looking to strengthen my marriage and my home life, but also looking to elevate in my walk with Christ.
Amen.
So
Amen. So you've been married. How long you been married,
I
Shelly?
have been married for 10 years, August. 10 years
10 years.
already. I still can't believe it. It has already been 10 years and we've been dating for
Wow.
17 years, y'all. Yes, I
Oh my
said
God.
17 years. So I married my high school sweetheart and we've just
Ah.
been navigating this water called marriage.
Oh, girl, it is a navigation. I'm
Let
telling
me tell you. Yes, it
it is
has.
definitely navigating these waters, the ups and the down, the waves,
Yes.
all of it.
Yes. Yes.
All of it. I love it. So you married your high school sweetheart.
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
Wow.
ma'am.
That's a long
It
time.
is a
17
long
years that you
time.
guys have been together. So you've been married 17 years.
We've been married
Now,
10 years.
10 years. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm adding years to your marriage. You've been married
You know
10
what? I
years. You've been
receive it. Thank you.
you receive it. Hey, you're going to surpass that. You're going to
Yeah,
surpass the 17 years. That is really, really exciting in this day and age to make it to that 10-year mark. That's an accomplishment. That really, really is. Some people, that 7-year thing they say is real. There is
it is
something that's
real.
stuck.
It
It
is so
is.
surreal. I remember we went every year. We make it a point of duty to go on an anniversary trip where it's just him and I, and it's just for us to reconnect, you know.
Mhm.
And we were at the hotel, and I was like, "Babe, it's 10 years. It feels so surreal. Like, can you believe it's 10 years?" And he was like, "Babe, it doesn't feel any different from yesterday." I said, "Babe, like, no, it's 10 years though. Like, you still." You still want to put up with me after 10 years? And he was just
Oh
looking at me, but I
wow.
was just in a state of awe, like, man, babe, I still like you after 10 years.
Mm.
So for me, it was just like, it was surreal to me. I couldn't believe it. It's like when you look at your baby and they're like teenagers and you're like, oh, you were just born yesterday. I was stuck in that moment for, I want to say, majority of the trip. Like, I just couldn't believe it. But I'm
Mm.
giving God thanks to have hit a decade in my
Amen. That's a
marriage.
whole decade.
Yeah,
Wow. But that's amazing that he said it feels like yesterday. That's a good thing because some people have been married. It's like, man, these 10 years feel like eternity. But for him to say it still feels like it happened yesterday, that means the bond is still there. You guys, tell us, what is the biggest lesson that marriage has taught you?
oh my gosh. The biggest lesson marriage has taught me that it is not about me.
Ooh.
That is what marriage has
You hear
taught
that,
me.
singles? It's not
It is
about you.
not
You hear that, married
it's
people?
not
It
about
is
me.
not about you.
It is not about me. And trust me when I say in the beginning, nobody told me, okay?
Mm.
Nobody told me. I did the premarital counseling and all of that, and we felt like we were good because we've been together for so long. We knew each other like the back of our hands, and we just thought that it was time and we was ready to take that next step. And but nobody tells you what happens after the big day. Nobody tells you
Oh.
what happens after the big day, the challenges you're gonna have to face, the okay. So nobody tells you what happens after Cinderella marries the prince. Nobody tells you
Mm-hmm.
what happened. And I'm sure they had their challenges, but I wish that somebody said, "Hey, expect this and expect that." And but nobody tells you. And you just kind of
Nobody
have to
tells.
navigate those waters, and if you're not in a community where you have um people who you can seek sound counsel from. Not to say that you're going to bring other people into your relationship, but you do need to seek some counsel when you hit that wall and you don't know what to do. You need to seek some counsel, whether that be going in prayer, whether that be speaking with a counselor, somebody who can pour into you and give you guidance when you hit those
Mm.
walls. So I really didn't have that support. And thank God, my best friend, he wasn't married at the time, but he was able to just pour into me individually and be like, okay, girl, you can't do that. We're not in the same boat right now. You can't. So thank God for her. Even though she was single, she still used wisdom to be like, girl,
Mm.
you married. And it wasn't anything out of pocket like um I'm doing things that I'm not supposed to do, but just like in the middle of conflicts and you want to operate in a space of, girl, I'm just gonna do me. Like,
Oh,
keep pissing me off, and and this don't make no sense. And she had to be like, "Girl, you married now. You married." So thank God, in her singleness, she was able to like just pour into me as a married, and that really just helped me navigate those waters. Because I'm not gonna lie, y'all, I had a habit. I had a bad habit. My husband pissed me off. I'm like, Frank, come pick me up. I'm
oh, you are ready to like, I'm out
I
of
was
here.
ready. I wasn't, it's not ready to leave the relationship, but I felt like I needed my space and I couldn't be in that space without, you know, things becoming explosive. So the only way I knew how to handle conflicts like that is to remove myself from the situation at the time. And I got married at 25, so I was still pretty young minded and, so that was just how I handled conflict at the time. Now, it wasn't the right way to handle conflict because you don't want to open up a door in your marriage where every time things get difficult, you're walking out.
Hmm.
As small as and minuscule as it may have seemed to me, that's creating a pattern that I don't want in my relationship because
Mm.
truthfully, had my husband been the one doing that, I would have been like, so you don't want to be married to me type of thing.
Hmm.
So the biggest lesson I've learned is that it's not about me. And even in the midst of everything that's going on, you still have to put that person first.
Mm. Wow. That is that. Thank you so much for sharing that. That was so good, Shelly. You said several things. The first thing you said was what people you what you wish somebody would have told you,
Girl,
like
I maybe would have waited a couple
I
of
I
years.
wonder
Like,
why
let
they
me
don't
get a
tell
little
us.
bit.
I wonder why, because I hear that all the time. I wish somebody would have told me. I wonder why they don't tell us. Could it be that they think maybe we wouldn't get married if we really know what happened after the maybe nah, this is not for me. You can keep that.
Listen, I want to be prepared. You can't take an exam if you're not prepared.
Mm,
But I think that a lot of people think, and I see this all the time on social media, and I don't want to say I get annoyed, but every time I see it, it's like, if only y'all knew, boy, marriage
mm.
is not the end goal. It's not a finish line. It is the starting
The
point.
starting point. It
It's the
really.
beginning of the race. It's not an end goal. So when I see them post on Facebook and other social media platform with maybe a friend getting married and or relationship goal, and you see the big wedding, and it's all nice and it's all cute and everything, and it's nice to see people taking that next step in their life. But baby, it is not the end goal. It is the
It
beginning.
is the
Okay, that's when
beginning.
everything starts.
Oh, that is so true. That is the starting point. That's where
It's the starting
everything
point. It's not the finish
start.
line.
And let me say,
It's
since
not
you
the
said
finish
you were
line.
with your husband like 7 years before you got married, would you say things really shifted after you guys said your I do?
Um, yes, things shifted and it shifted quickly simply because um how do I put this?
And I'm asking you that because there are several people who have been together for a long time and they're like, well, marriage is not necessary. What's going to change once we get married? We don't really need marriage. Some people still think these days that marriage is obsolete, that it's not required, it's not needed. So I just want to understand, like, was there a shift in the relationship? Did you feel like, although you had been with him 7 years prior, you said marriage is like the starting ground. So did you feel like you were really starting the race then when you said I do?
Okay, so this is it.
Ground. So
When you've been in a
race
relationship,
then
I feel
when you
like
said I do.
because you know that yes, we were in a committed relationship and we were exclusive the entirety of our relationship. Um, you still have an exit door
Mm.
at any point, you know? So it was a matter of he does something to piss you off, you can choose not to talk to him for a couple of days, get your space and all of that, and just be able to decompress, or however you dealt with conflict at the time, you have that exit door.
Yes.
But for me, when you get married, that exit door disappeared because I only intend to say I do one time.
Ah.
So I took the till death do us part very literal. And that was a conversation me and my husband had, like, we're not playing with it because we believe in the institution of marriage and how God intended it to be. And even though I would say that we didn't have um examples. I mean, back in our church home, because we met at church. Back in our church home in Jamaica, there was a lot of married couples at the church, and there are a few that you idolize and was like, oh, you like how they operate together as a couple, and just so we had our couples goal, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
So, but we still, even though you're in a relationship, you still kind of operated with like, if it's not working out, we can just break up. But when you're married, that exit door gets taken away. And when you have conflicts, you can't not talk to me for 2, 3 days.
Mm.
So in that regard, it shifted because now we have to stay through all of that. There is no I'm gonna just talk to you later type of thing. You know, it's none of that. And you have to actively work through it, through conflicts, through anything when it comes up. There's no putting things off.
Mm.
So for me, that was um not being the most emotionally mature person. That was a big thing for the both of us. That was a very big thing for the both of us. And then in the midst of that, we were new parents and juggling that. So it was just many hats and many roles that we were new to. And we didn't really get a chance to settle
Mm.
in the role of husband and wife because now we have to attach on mom and dad. And once we had kids to the mix,
Yeah.
it's a whole different ball
Yeah.
game. So it was a struggle with balance. It's a struggle with balance of, tending to your partner's need while being true to yourself and not getting lost in your partner. It was a number of different things. So I would say yes, it does shift, but a lot of people don't believe that it shifts because I've talked to a lot of people who've been in relationships for long periods of time, and they're like, well, we've been together, we've weathered so many storms. Okay, the storms are, I don't care what anybody wants to say, the storms are different when you're married because I feel like we hold each other with greater
Mm.
expectation than when we're just boyfriend and girlfriend.
Yeah.
I don't want to say plain house, but when you
That's
plain
a
house
bit.
and
You
when
playing
you're
house.
actually building the house, it's two different expectations
Yeah.
because you playing Barbie and Ken. And I'm not gonna say, I don't want to offend anybody and say, well, your relationships and your issues and whatever else is not real. But when you're building it, it's just a different. What's the word am I looking for? Uh, it's just different.
It
It's just
is,
different.
and I totally agree, and I totally agree. And again, you said so many great things. I want to back up a little bit. You talked about the importance of having um, wise counsel, wise counsel in your marriage, and that is something that I always when we counsel our couples, I say it doesn't have to be us, but I would highly recommend that you guys find a couple that you both respect, and honor, and that you allow them, you give them permission to speak into your marriage because you especially maybe, and it make sure don't choose that couple based on what you see. Choose them based on what you know. Let the Holy Spirit really lead you to the right couple because a lot of people look fine on the exterior, but if you go behind us, they're a mess. And make sure
This
that
is
you
true.
hear their stories, you hear their convictions, that you really, it's like you're interviewing that couple. Who are you giving permission to speak into the life and your husband, that's building, helping you build your foundation, your legacy. That is so
Absolutely.
important, because I see a lot of couples, they go through struggles, and especially those first few years, and they have no wise. They have a lot of people that's talking in their ear, but they don't have true sound wisdom to really help them navigate those first few years of marriage, because that's when you're still getting to know each other for real, because now you live together, you've seen all the quirks, you've seen all the things that you didn't notice before.
Yes.
And I hear the things that you
Absolutely.
thought were cute when you
Absolutely.
were dating, when you get married, now they're starting to get
It's
on
not cute
your
when
nerves.
you're married. It is not.
It start getting real quick. And I love how you said, and I love the fact that you said the way you approach marriage, like this is a one-time thing. And I think that's how God designed marriage. It's supposed to be a one-time event. It's not something you repeat every few years. This I'm gonna try, keep trying. I'm gonna keep trying. No. And I think if people would enter the marriage with the knowing that you are entering a covenant with God. It's a covenant first with God that you are entering, and know the seriousness of it. It's not something that can be broken. That can be so easily broken. That you take away the back
No.
door. Like if you really knew that divorce was not an option, would you choose differently? How would you really enter that marriage? So I love that you said that when you're married, and I've known people who've been dating for years, 10 years, and then okay, we broke up. And then you just walking away like I just like 10 years of my
Yeah.
life. But I think you can still separate when you're married too, but there's a different level. It's different. It's different. You're
It
not so
is.
easy to throw in the towel and say, I'm done. And no, I think you honor that commitment. It keeps you. Let me cool off a little bit. Let me have a moment to think, what am I really doing here?
Absolutely.
So
Yeah.
that paper forces you to
Yeah.
think, as opposed to when you don't have that piece of paper, when you don't have that commitment, it's like, pack my stuff, I'm out of here. It's
Listen.
like, okay.
Absolutely. You see the exit door with the big red sign on the top because there's nothing stopping you,
Mm,
you know? And we know that some people have relationship it goes on and off, but when you're married, there's no on and off button. There's no
there isn't.
switch. There is no switch. It is constant.
Mhm.
24/7, 365. Like you don't get
You
a break. Even when you're not together, you don't get a break. It's not a job you can clock out
no,
of.
it's not. It's not. It's not.
It's not.
It's not. But people have different experiences in marriage. I think marriage is a really beautiful thing, but you have to be prepared for it. You have to be
Absolutely. Yes.
prepared, because if not, I believe it could it could be like, I always looked at marriage when I saw couples growing up, and the reason that I love marriage so much, um, I'm passionate about teaching people to have healthy, thriving relationships,
Yes.
is because growing up I didn't see a lot of examples of healthy, thriving relationships.
Yes.
And the marriages that I saw, I was like, oh my God, it's like being in a prison. I'm like, it's like being in a prison, and the kid they threw away their kid. I'm like, I don't want that, Lord. I do not want that. So God, when I get married, I want it to be uh I want to come home. I want to come home. And I want my husband
Absolutely.
to want to come home. It's to be a place where he come, that is our refuge, that we know we're fighting against the world, we're fighting against everything else. And when we come together, like we're
Yes.
linked up. We're
Yes.
linked up.
Yes.
And that's what I see marriage. That's what it's supposed to be. You have your person that you choose to go through life
Absolutely.
together, weather
Yes.
the storms, build your family. It's a beautiful thing, but I
It
think you have
is.
to have a solid foundation to before you enter that marriage. Otherwise, it's a disaster. It's a mess. It destroys. It kills.
Yes. Yes.
It's not a joke. It's really not a joke. But
Mm-mm.
and that's what I love. I know you've been a part of the Wives in Training community now, and that's what I love. We have this Wives in Training community. For those of you who don't know about it, check it out, wivesintraining.com. And I've also put the link in the chat. We are having a conference. It's called Date Like a Wife. Now, let me tell y'all, don't get choked up by the title of the conference. It's called Date Like a Wife. But I'm telling you, the whole premise of the conference is for singles, marrieds. Don't bring your dogs and cats though, but it's for everybody. Come out to this conference, because I promise you it's going to be something there for you, because we're teaching you how to build a foundation before you even say I do. And for those of you who are already married, I am so excited. We have some amazing couples that are coming in to pour into your marriage to teach you how to strengthen your foundation, how to go through transitions together, because sometimes
Mm,
that's what tears couples apart.
that's a big one, E.
It
You
is,
hit
it's
it
a
on the head.
huge
It's a
one,
big one
because you're not
because
the same person you were 10 years ago. So if
let
you
me
don't know
tell
how to
you, if I
transition,
wish, I absolutely
matter.
wish somebody would have told me, listen to me, be prepared to be married to several different versions of the man. The man that I married is not the man he is today. And I'm sure I'm not the woman that I was when he married me. So
Mm,
transitioning through those growth periods,
that
it's
is
a big
so important.
thing
It is.
because you're growing as a person. He has to adjust to your growth, and the marriage has to adjust to both of your growth. And if you're growing at different intervals in the relationship, ooh, those transitions can be tricky to navigate. Can be.
Yeah.
So I am looking forward to the conference. I am looking to be poured into. I am hoping to drag my husband along, and by
I know
God's
he has
willing,
to
he will
work.
be.
I pray his schedule clears up, that he can really,
Yes,
really make it, because
yes,
I am so excited. I'm excited for the singles gonna come learn how to date like a wife. Because the Bible says, "He who finds a wife." So you already a wife. You just, if your desire is to be a wife, so you gotta date like a wife. You're not, don't date like just to be the girlfriend. You gotta date like a wife, because he is
absolutely.
looking for a wife. So a lot of women are getting passed over because he's not seeing you as a wife. You're not dating as a wife. You're not positioning yourself as a wife. You're it's like you're auditioning for the girlfriend role, and that's all you get. But there is a difference when you're dating with intention, with dating with purpose. And I desire to be a wife. I am a wife. I am a wife. So when he sees me, he has to see the wife characteristics in me before he makes you his wife. You're already a wife. You're just not his wife. But in order for get to be his wife, he has to see you as that first. So I'm so looking forward to teach you how to position, how to date the right way, how to date to attract the kind of man that you are looking for. That is all I'm telling you. I'm gonna pull out the blinders and pull out the curtains, and share with you guys what I've
No
learned.
magic tricks,
No
y'all. No
magic tricks.
magic
I've
tricks.
been doing this for like 8 years. It's going to 9 years now. So I tell me, I don't know a lot, but I know relationships. I know, I know dating. I know all about that part. And I'm looking forward to teaching you how to position yourself, how to date right, how to get it right from the start. So you're not wasting a lot of time. If marriage is what you are desiring, let's start off positioning ourselves to get the outcome that we are desiring. And for the married women, my God, you better get in the room. Get in the room. We have some powerful men and women who are in position. They are well qualified to
Yes,
come. They're not just talking the talk, they are walking the walk to help you navigate through marriage and all the pitfalls, how to transition together, because that is so key. Like you said, Shelly, your husband is, you wouldn't expect him to be. That means there was no growth. He didn't change in 10 years. That would be a
right.
problem. That would, because we're forever changing and growing every day. But how
Absolutely. But you know what, E? You know what, Emanuela? In the moment, you're not expecting it. I mean, it's one of those things when you know it's gonna happen because you don't expect to be the same. You don't want to be. Nobody wants to be stagnant, but you're not expecting it, and then even sometimes you'll get in a disagreement. You're not the same. Yeah, I know I'm not the same person.
thank God for that.
And low key, they don't want you to be the same person either because they want if your partner is always going to want good for you, so they're going to
Mhm.
want to see that growth in anyways. But it's like you're still not. It just comes up. It's one of those things.
See,
It's
guys,
one of those things,
I'm better. I'm not the same
right?
person. I'm a better person. I am not. Thank
Right,
God for that.
right. Absolutely.
Yeah,
So, but I'm excited about the conference.
I
I
am
do have a
too.
couple single friends that I am dragging along. Some of them have already seen the benefits. They're out in the dating world. They don't know how to navigate through the dating world. And I was like, listen, you just need to come to the conference. They're going to teach you how to have these hard conversations if you're dating with purpose, if you're dating seeking to be married within a certain amount of time, if you're just tired of just being single, they're going to give you all the tools that you need
Yeah.
to position yourself. And for the wives, come, let's get it going. Let's strengthen our foundation. Let's figure out how to be the wives that God intended us to be for our husband, because we are the missing rib, y'all. Anatom Biologically speaking, men have less ribs than women because we are their missing link. So let's take
Wow.
position and get connected. Let's complete our men. So, and we can
Yeah,
only do that if we have the right tools, you know, if we have the right tools to pour into our husbands the way God intended us to pour into him. And it's not just us, they have to pour into us too. So that's why I said it's not about me, because it can't be about him. For him, it has to be all about me, you know, outside of God being the center and God being the head. Next comes my husband and then my child. So,
absolutely.
and
That's
I
the
know a
order.
lot of people are not going to agree with that
That
statement,
is the
but
order.
that's how it's intended to be. So
That
I'm
is
just
the order.
excited about the conference, Emanuela. I saw that you brought the Tarnisha and Commodore on
Yes,
the
the
line, and I was
McCurries.
just so intrigued. They hit a lot of relevant, I want to say very relevant, what's the word I'm looking for? Topics that
Hmm.
is so common in marriages, the transitional process. That's that's a tough navigation, and a lot of people are struggling to just accept the growth of their partners, amongst other different things, you know. So I'm really looking forward to coming to the conference as a married, so that I can get some tools under my belt,
For the
girl, so
next
I can
decade.
continue to, keep hit the 17 years, okay?
Amen. To get
Hit
you through
this
the next
25
decade.
years. I'm ready to go, okay?
Yes. I love it. I love it. I think you need different tools for every stage in marriage. And that's what happens. Sometimes we're trying to use the same tools that we used while we were dating or the first year of marriage. No, you need different tools and different transitions in your life. That's why I'm
Absolutely.
so excited. And don't worry, men, there's gonna be some things for you as well. We have some men who are ready to come. So, ladies, bring your husbands. Ladies, if you're single, bring your boyfriends, bring your fiance. I'm telling you, because it's one thing. Women, we go to conference, we'll go. And then we come back and then we want to tell our men all that took place. And they're like, okay, okay, okay. There's only so much. They're like, okay, enough about it already. But that's
You
why
have
it's
to
so
be there.
important. It's so important that as you grow, you bring your partner with you. I've seen that happen so many times. One person is growing, one person is advancing in their knowledge and understanding, and the other person is stagnant. What happens after a while, there's a disconnect because you no longer have anything to talk about because the things that you are excited about, they're like, oh, I don't get it. I'm not interested. But make sure as you are growing that you are taking your partner with you. So bring your husband to the conference, bring your boyfriends, bring your fiance to the conference with you. We have things for the men. We have men who are in position and are ready to pour into the men in your lives. So bring them. Bring them. They're
Come
going
get
to
your
be
cup
blessed.
spill, gentlemen. Get your
Get
cup
your
spill.
cups
Learn a
filled.
thing
I'm
or
excited.
two. Learn a
Yes.
thing or two, okay? That's all I'm going to say. You can never stop learning,
I'm
okay?
telling you, because
Because,
yes,
this married thing is a lifelong thing. So you have to learn how to keep it interesting. You have to
yes,
learn
you
how to
do.
keep it interesting. You have to keep the attention of your partner, okay? So
Mhm. You
come
better
get your
tell
cup
them.
poured into.
You
Come
better
get
tell
your
them,
cups
Shelly.
poured into. Come and get
Yeah.
your cups poured into. Same for you, ladies. Come and get your cups poured into. Come get what you need. It is all
Mhm.
there for you. It's like a candy store. Bring your kid in. They don't want to stop picking up stuff. Come get all the things you need. Come and do your shopping. Get all the
Yeah.
things that you need to set the right foundation. Get the things you need to strengthen your foundation. Get the things you need to stay connected and intimate with your partners.
Ooh, girl. My God, if I wasn't coming, I'd be coming now. Get all the tools, come get all the stuff that you need. I'm telling you to build a
Yes.
strong, lasting foundation. Because I believe marriage is supposed to be fun. If I'm going to be married, I want to be happily married. I want to be happy. I don't want to be like frowning, like, man, I'm just waiting to that death do us part day to come. No, and Lord, take me out. I'm done, Lord. No, I want to laugh. I want to have fun. I really want to enjoy
Absolutely,
the time
absolutely.
with my partner and go through life together, the ups and the downs, all of it. But to know that one person is like, this is it. But
Yeah.
we need the tools to be able to achieve that kind of marriage because we don't. That's why the divorce rate is so high because people just don't know what to do. And sometimes you can have love. So sometimes people think, oh, love is enough. No, it's not.
Mm-mm.
It's not about love. It's a feeling that goes up and down. So you can't base your marriage based on love. Oh, I love him. Mm-mm. If
Girl,
that's all
sometimes
you
you
got,
don't
don't
even
get
like
married. I'm
him.
gonna tell you right. If that's all you got, nothing else, I just love him. Don't do it. Don't, because that love,
No,
don't do it.
no,
Don't
absolutely
listen
not.
to
Because
nobody
they're
tell you
gonna
all
be.
you need is love. Don't do it.
Don't
Don't do
do
it.
it.
I'm telling you
Absolutely
right
not.
now. I'm 16, 14 or 15, whatever, one of those days, Lord, years, but don't do it. Don't do it. You gonna need a
Wholeheartedly
lot
agree.
more than that.
Wholeheartedly agree.
Yes.
Because
You're gonna need a
sometimes
lot more
you
than
don't even like your partners in that moment.
love. Mm.
But hey,
But it's a foundation, got to be solid. So I'm excited. I'm excited. The link is in the chat on Facebook. And if you are watching on YouTube, it's wivesintraining.com, wivesintraining.com. You can go there and click the link at the top of the page and get all the information. This is coming up. So we're like 21 days out. So this is down to the home stretch. And I am so excited. I am so excited about what God is going to do. So I want you to be a part of it. I don't want you to miss out. This is your opportunity. So if you're struggling in your relationship, in your marriage, or you're dating and you feel completely lost and frustrated, like, why do I keep attracting the same type of person? Why do I keep failing in my relationship? You don't know what to do. And this is your opportunity to tap in with a community of believers that's going to teach you how to set a solid foundation, to teach you how to get it right from the start, and teach you how to build a solid foundation in your marriage. So don't miss out. Don't miss out. Your marriage is your greatest investment. It is. After Jesus, that marriage, that person that you choose to marry, I'm telling you, that is your greatest investment. And we invest in everything else, but that foundation, that marriage, that ooh, girl, you want to invest in that. So I invite you to come join us on October the 20th to the 22nd in Atlanta, Georgia, where it's going down. It is really going down. So be blessed. Shelly, thank you so much. You were such a great guest today. You were shy and nervous, and you did amazing.
listen,
Amazing. Like God
listen.
is just moving you out the way. You see how God just moved you out the way? He just moved you out the
Oh
way
my
because we are
gosh.
fasting, we
Listen,
are praying and believing. God moved me out the way.
listen. I've
Move me
been
out the
I've
way.
been
And that
asking
he
for
did.
boldness. I've been
There
going
you
through it.
go.
So if this is how he's stretching me, I'm just gonna go with it.
Go
Don't
with
make
the
it a habit
stretch.
though.
Next time I'll give you at least an hour heads up, okay? Not 10 minutes, at least an hour.
Oh
At
man,
least an
that would be
hour.
greatly
But
appreciated.
but look at the
But come
stretch.
on, y'all,
God
get
is
y'all
moving us out
tickets.
the way.
Atlanta. We're gonna be
Hmm.
seeing you real soon.
Yes, we'll be seeing you. I'm trying to say how to pin the link. I got so much to learn, Jesus, about how to pin the link. I still don't know how to do that, Father. I'm going to take a whole class. How do you pin a link to the?
Oh
I'm gonna learn
man.
though. I'm gonna learn for next time. So thank you so much, Shelly. Again, thank you y'all on Facebook Live tuning in and just watching. Hey, Jennifer McKee, please join us at the conference. Share this live. Share with a friend. Share it with someone you know who's looking um, to strengthen their relationship and build on a solid foundation. Love you all. I'll see you guys next Thursday for our relationship talk Thursday. Have an amazing, amazing day, everyone. Thank you,
Have a
Shelly.
good one, y'all.
Have a good one. Thank you.